Hello and welcome to Looking Back, Moving Forward. This is a space for thoughtful conversations and gentle reflections for people who are simply doing their best. No fuss, no fixing, just a few minutes as we sit or drive together. Pause, think slowly, and be human. Let's begin. Often I hear people say, if only I had taken a little bit more time to think it over, even just overnight, perhaps I would have chosen differently. I wonder how many of us have said something similar. The idea of thinking slowly has become somewhat countercultural. Many professionals feel as though they are perpetually on, reacting, responding, deciding, solving. Their nervous systems can begin behaving as though every email, every meeting, and every notification is an emergency. I can hear you thinking, I prefer to know now. Yes, our brains are remarkable prediction machines. They are constantly trying to make sense of the world and anticipate what comes next. Uncertainty takes effort. Not knowing can feel uncomfortable. So we rush. We often rush towards answers, decisions, and certainty. Not because we are foolish, but because our brains prefer the relief of knowing. Here's a familiar script. Think about sending an email and not receiving a reply. By lunchtime, many of us have already written an entire story in our heads. Are they upset? Have I done something wrong? Are they ignoring me? Our brains would often rather have an explanation than sit with uncertainty. How does the idea of thinking slowly sit with you? Somewhere along the way, many of us began treating ordinary life as though we were being chased by a lion. We answer messages quickly, make decisions quickly, scroll quickly, move quickly, and even expect ourselves to heal quickly. Yet, very few of our modern problems require us to outrun a dinosaur. More often, they ask something entirely different of us. The ability to slow down long enough to think. In his book, Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, he gives people permission to recognize that not every situation requires rapid thinking. I like to think of this as a rest active state. not passive, not disengaged, quite the opposite. Present, curious, reflective, giving ourselves enough space to notice thoughts, feelings, and possibilities that simply cannot emerge when we are rushing quickly. Today, I wonder whether there is one thing in your life that doesn't need an answer immediately. A conversation, a decision, an email, a relationship, a question you've been carrying. What might happen if you gave it a little more room? An hour, an evening, perhaps even a day. Not avoiding it, not procrastinating. Simply allowing yourself the gift of thinking slowly. Sometimes clarity arrives not because we push harder, but because we stop chasing it long enough for it to catch up with us. Perhaps today isn't asking you to think faster. Perhaps it's inviting you to think more slowly, to sit with the question a little longer. Until next time, look back with kindness. Move forward with intention. And remember, you are simply doing your best.